What happens when an ancient art form finds its way to today's internet? It's revived and refined by a whole new generation of artists. ICB's Ryan Ingram interviewed Michael Robert Van Houston, a practicer of firepoi.
Full speed in the lane, still getting it.
Poi is a performance art that originated in New Zealand by the Maori people. The word poi refers to both a performance art and the tools used for it. In the Maori culture, a poi performance is usually practiced by women, adorned with colorful dress and makeup. For years, poi was practiced this way until it showed up outside of New Zealand. A modern poi performance is usually based on a particular song or songs with choreography timed to it. Modern poi also includes a wider array of tools and styles. The incorporation of tools like the staff, sword, and even the humble hula hoop. Many artists use martial arts to improve their routine. Unlike many physical arts, poi does not offer much in the way of formal education. Most spinners learn from each other or teach themselves using resources like online videos. The internet has directly fueled the popularity of modern poi, helping people around the world to connect and learn from each other. This makes community and self-teaching a key element of modern poi. Poi spinners start out learning simple moves and then gradually adding complexity, while learning to transition smoothly between different moves. Many find it helpful to practice spinning their poi to music in order to keep a smooth cadence or rhythm.
Your heart down. Steve Grudzian, who is the fire staff performer in the pre-recorded segment, is now with us in the studio. Welcome, Steve.
Hey, how you doing?
Steve, I got to ask, most guys, they get into like bowling or fantasy football. I mean, what was your thought process to say, I want to spin weapons on fire? What was going on there?
It's really hard to say what was going on in my head when I decided I wanted to play with the fire staff, but I know most people that play like football or bowling, they have more of like an athletic, competitive side to them. I like to think that I appreciate more like the artistic side of things, so I think that's how I got into it there.
Sure. What did your friends and family say when you started up?
My friends think it's awesome. My family fears for my safety, but I mean, that's to be expected. But I think I had their support, though.
So any close calls so far? Have you given them reason to be concerned?
Nothing too groundbreaking. I mean, I've lit leaves on the ground on fire. I got like my shirt a little bit on fire, but nothing you can't just like pat out right there.
Okay, good.
Nothing major.
Good to hear. We saw a brief shot of the equipment. I saw a fire extinguisher. What else would be available for somebody in your art form?
Well, fire safety is always key, so definitely a fire extinguisher first and foremost. Also, a fire blanket is a good thing to have around. A good substitute for a fire blanket would be a wet towel. Always
makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
If you need to put yourself out or put a fire out real quick, just throw the wet towel on it.
Right. So we were talking earlier. You learned about fire point at a party. Explain what happened there.
Pretty much, yeah. It was a party I was at a few years ago. A couple close friends and my good friend Mike. He's actually a fire poi performer. And he just decided to take us all outside, show us what he can do. And when I saw that, I thought it was the coolest, most amazing thing ever. I just knew I had to do something along the lines of that.
Fantastic. Always at a party.
Always at a party.
So what's on the horizon for you with this? Do you see yourself becoming a performer, or?
As of right now, I'm just kind of playing it day by day. I mean, I know I probably will get more into it as days go on, but yeah, right now I'm just kind of winging it.
Sure. Of course, Ryan mentioned that this is an ancient art form. I guess it goes back quite a while.
Oh yeah, centuries old.
Centuries old. How much of it are techniques that are the traditional techniques, and how much of it is new stuff that you're coming up with, or other practitioners?
A lot of it is a lot of like basic traditional techniques, a lot of basic moves. It's just all the artist's interpretation and like how they move with a fire staff or the poi and how they dance with it. But a lot of it is very traditional. A lot of same stuff you'll see in a lot of places.
Fantastic. So if somebody really wants to get into this, where would you direct them to look, like, for example, on the internet?
The internet is always the greatest resource. YouTube, you can find a lot of instructional videos. Also, homeofpoi.com. That's actually where I buy all my equipment. They also have a lot of tutorial videos, so it's a great place to get a head start.
Fantastic. So that was homeofpoi.com.
Yep, homeofpoi.com.
Thank you, Steve. Thanks for coming in.
Absolutely, thank you.
And thank you for watching Community Spotlight. We're going to close out the show with some more fire poi performance.